Okay, student, this is midpoint theorem part 2. So today we'll do some more sums. Now you see in this sum they told E is the midpoint of the median AD of a triangle ABC. Okay, first let us draw the diagram properly. Now this is a triangle ABC, and you know what is a median? In a triangle there can be three median. Median means the midpoint of one side. Okay, so suppose this is the midpoint, and then joining this midpoint with the opposite vertex. Okay, opposite vertex, then this line is called the median. So that means this is the midpoint, so that means this, and therefore we say AD is the median. So like this we can have three median. We can have one median from here to this midpoint. So if I join this midpoint of AC with B, then we get another midpoint. And similarly if I join the midpoint of AB with C, then that becomes another median. Okay, so here they told E is the midpoint of the median AD of triangle ABC. So AD is the median of triangle ABC. So that means you can say that this D is the midpoint of BC, but what they told, E is midpoint of the median. So E is the midpoint of the median. So that means this E is the midpoint of AD. So I can here also I can say that AE is equal to ED. Now we have to prove that this they told, and BE is produced, and BE, so this is BE, and BE is produced to meet AC at F. So BE is produced to meet AC at F. Okay, so this is the diagram, and we have to show that AF equals to 1/3 of AC. Okay, AF is equal to 1/3 of AC. So from here, first of all, we can first say, given what? Given AD is a median of triangle ABC, and it's also given E is the midpoint of AD. Okay, so these two are given, and to prove AF is 1/3 AC. Okay, now for this we have to do a construction. Now through D, draw DG parallel to BF. Okay, through DG, through D, draw DG parallel to BF to cut AC at G. That means what I told, through D, draw DG parallel to BF. So we'll draw a line which is parallel to BF. Okay, which is parallel to BF, like this, and so that it cut AC at G. So DG, so finally we can say that this is parallel to this according to the construction. So DG is parallel to BF, to cut AC at G. Okay, so this is the construction. Now, in triangle ADG, so if I start with in triangle ADG, first thing I can say that E is the midpoint. E is the midpoint of AD. E is the midpoint of AD, and that is given. Okay, that was given. Okay, and number 2, we can see that EF is parallel to DG. EF is parallel to DG, that is by construction, and therefore we can say that F is also the midpoint of AG, and that is according to converse of midpoint theorem. So you can understand. So if you see again, check in this triangle, E is the midpoint of AD and EF is parallel to DG, and therefore F will be the midpoint of AG according to converse of midpoint theorem, and therefore finally we can say that AF is equal to FG. So we got AF equals to FG from this part. Okay, now again, now in triangle, now if I take BCF, so now in triangle BCF, again I can say that D is the midpoint. D is the midpoint of BC. Okay, why? Because AD is the median, though that means D is the midpoint of BC, since AD is the median. And here also I can say that DG is parallel to BF. That is again by construction. And therefore we can say that G is the midpoint of CF. Okay, G is the midpoint of CF. So again, that is according to converse of midpoint theorem. Okay, so we got, so you can understand in this triangle, D is the midpoint of BC and DG is parallel to BF, therefore G is the midpoint of CF, and therefore we can say that FG equals to GC, and therefore FG is equal to GC. And now we can say, therefore, from 1 and 2, so if I compare 1 and 2, we can say what? AF is equal to FG is equal to GC. Okay, now we have to prove that AF is equal to 1/3 of AC. So simply we can say that AC, okay, this AC, if I split them, I can say it is AF plus FG plus GC, right? Now I have to get everybody in terms of AF, because I have to find AF is 1/3 of AC. So I can say AC is, again this is AF. Now in this place FG I can put another AF, because all these three are equal. So in place of FG also I can write AF. In place of GC also I can write AF. So finally I can say AC is equal to 3AF, and finally I can say 1/3 of AC is equal to AF, and therefore AF is equal to 1/3 of AC. Okay, understand? Okay, now see in this sum, we told in triangle ABC, the medians BE and CF are produced to meet P and Q respectively. 2 points P and Q respectively, such that EP equals to BE and FQ equals to CF. Okay, first you try to understand the diagram. You see, this is a triangle. Okay, a triangle A, B and C, and they told the medians BE and CF. So BE is a median. Just now I have told you in the previous sum, median means this midpoint and this. So this is one median, that is BE, and another median is CF. So okay, CF, so that means you can understand this is equal to this, and here this is equal to this. So F is the midpoint, F becomes the midpoint of AB and E becomes the midpoint of AC. Now what they told, that the medians BE and CF, the medians BE and CF are produced to the points P and Q. So it will be produced to a point P and this will be produced to a point Q, such that EP equals to BE. So that means EP will be equals to BE. So that means this is BE. So this BE should be equals to EP. Okay, so say P is here, and similarly FQ will be equal to CF. So CF, and it will be extend. So CF will be equal to FQ. So Q will be here like this. Okay, so understand? So in fact this is extended like this, and this is Q. And they told what? QAP are collinear. So QAP, now QAP are collinear means they lie in a straight line. So that is what we have to prove. Okay, so this is the diagram. Now see. Now first we will do a construction. And that will be join EF. So still now we have not joined EF, so we will join EF. Now the figure looks like this. Now first you have to prove that QAP are collinear. So for that, first of all, we will take in triangle. Say we will take in triangle ABP. Okay, so this triangle ABP, in triangle ABP. So if you look at ABP, first we can say that F is the midpoint of AB. Okay, F is the midpoint of AB. F is the midpoint of AB. Why? Since CF is the median. So understand, if CF is the median, so naturally AF equals to FB. That means F is the midpoint of AB. And we can say that E is the midpoint of BP. E is the midpoint. E is the midpoint of BP. Now the reason is that EP equals to BE. So since EP is equal to BE, so that means E is the midpoint of BP. Now since EP is equal to BE, and now therefore we can say that this EF is parallel, EF is parallel to AP, and EF is equal to half of AP, okay, according to midpoint theorem. Now similarly, now I will take this side in triangle ACQ. Okay. So similarly in this part also we'll do the same thing. So if you see in ACQ, first we can say that E is the midpoint of AC. So E is the midpoint of AC. So E is the midpoint of AC. Why? Because BE is the median. Since BE is the median, and similarly number 2 we can say that F is the midpoint of CQ. F is the midpoint of CQ. Why? Because here it's given na CF equals to FQ, FQ equals to CF, it was given. So since FQ is equal to CF, so now here also you can understand in this triangle we got E is the midpoint of AC and F is the midpoint of CQ, and now we can say that EF is half of AQ and EF is parallel to AQ. So therefore EF is parallel to AQ and EF is half of AQ. Same according to MPT. Okay, now what you have to prove? Number 1. Therefore, now we can say number 1 that we know that EF is parallel to AP and EF is also parallel to AQ, right? So EF is parallel to AP and EF is parallel to AQ, and therefore we can say that QA and AP lie in the same straight line. QA and AP lie in a same straight line. Therefore QA and AP lie in a same straight line, because both QA and AP passes through the same point A and they are parallel to EF. Both, you can see, both QA and AP, they passes through the same point A, and both QA and AP is parallel to EF. So therefore they has to be in a straight line. So that is the reason we can lie that QA and AP lie in a same straight line as both QA and AP passes through same point A, and both QA and AP are parallel to EF, and hence we can say that Q, A and P are collinear. Okay, and similarly number 2, now we can see that we from this 2 part we can, what we have proved, that EF is equals to half of AP and EF is also equals to half of AQ. So therefore finally we can say that half of AP is equal to is equal to half of AQ, and therefore finally we can say that AP is equal to AQ. So AP equals to AQ, and therefore finally we can say A is the midpoint of QP, and therefore A is the midpoint of PQ. Okay, so hence proved. Okay, understand? Okay, now see this sum. They told E and F are the respectively the midpoints of non-parallel sides of AD and BC of a trapezium ABCD. Okay, so this is the trapezium. So let it be AB CD, and in a trapezium these two sides are parallel and these are two non-parallel sides, and what they told, E and F are respectively the midpoints of non-parallel sides AD and BC. So that means E is the midpoint of AD, and F is the midpoint of BC. So F is the midpoint of BC. So that means you can understand this DE is equal to AE and this CF is equal to FB. And we have to prove that EF is parallel to AB, so that means this EF is parallel to AB and EF is half of AB plus CD. So that we have to prove. Okay. Now we have to do a construction first. Draw, in fact join. Oh sorry, I need a space here, so I'll do the construction here. Join CE and extend it to meet BA produced at G. Okay, what they told, join CE. So we will join CE and extend it to meet BA produced. So to meet BA produced at G. So understand? So extend CE to meet BA produced at G. Okay. Now first we'll prove these two triangle congruent. Okay. Now see, in triangle AEG and triangle CDE, okay, AEG and CED, we can see number one, AE is equal to ED, since E is the midpoint, of AD, number two, we can say angle AEG is equal to angle CED, that is vertically opposite angle, and number three, we can say angle EAG is equal to angle EDC. Understand? This is the reason is alternate angle. So you can understand this is parallel, these two lines are parallel and this is a transversal. So we can say that this angle is equal to this angle. So these are the alternate angles. So therefore EAG is equal to EDC, alternate angle, and therefore we can say triangle AEG is congruent to triangle CED. Okay, and the criteria is angle, side, angle. Okay, ASA criteria. So now we have seen that these two triangles are congruent. Now from here, what conclusion we can see? So the first thing we can say, therefore we can say that CE is equal to EG and CD is equal to AG. All are due to CP, CT. Corresponding parts of congruent triangle are equal. So you can understand if these two triangles are congruent, then I can say that CE equals to EG, the first thing. Second thing, I can also say that CD is equal to AG, so CPCT. Okay, now we can prove these two. Now we will take in triangle BCG. Okay, I will take this big triangle BCG. What we got? Number one, we can see that F is the midpoint. F is the midpoint of BC, that was given. And number two, we can say that E is the midpoint. E is the midpoint of CG. Is the midpoint of CG. Since CE is equal to EG, proved above. And therefore we can say that EF is parallel to BG. So and EF is equal to half of BG. All these are due to according to midpoint theorem. So EF is parallel to BG, and therefore we can say that since EF is parallel to BG, therefore EF is parallel to AB. So if EF is parallel to BG, that means EF is parallel to AB. So the first thing we have proved. Now the second thing. Now also we can say that EF is equal to half of BG. So EF is equal to half of BG, and therefore now if I split this BG, I can say it is AG plus AB, right? GA plus AB. Now we can say what? Half. Now in place of AG, I can write CD, because AG is equal to CD, CPCT. If you remember, we have proved before these two triangle congruent. So AG is equal to CD. So in place of AG, I can write it is CD plus AB, and therefore finally we have proved that EF is half of AB plus CD, and that is hence proved. Okay, understand? Okay, now see this sum that will prove that the line segment joining the midpoints of the diagonals of a trapezium. Okay, so first let's draw the trapezium. So this ABCD is a trapezium. As you know, these two are parallel side, and these are the diagonals of the trapezium. So this is one diagonal and this is another diagonal. Now they told prove that the line segment joining the midpoints of the diagonals of a trapezium. Okay, so let E be the midpoint. Now for proof, let E be the midpoint. E and we can directly write E and F be the midpoints of the diagonals AC and BD respectively. So E is the midpoint of AC and F is the midpoint of BD. And what they told? Prove that the line segment joining the midpoints of the diagonals of the trapezium, that means this line, is parallel to the parallel side. That means EF is parallel to AB and parallel to CD naturally, because AB is parallel to CD. So that means what we have to prove? To prove the first thing we have to prove that EF is parallel to AB, and they told and is equal to the half the difference of this side. So that means EF is equal to half the difference of the side. Difference means longer side minus shorter side. So that means EF is equal to AB minus CD. So that these two we have to prove. Okay. Now for this, again we have to do a construction. Join DE and extend it to meet AB at G. So understand? So we'll join DE and extend it to meet AB at G. Okay, now we'll prove this triangle, okay, this triangle and this triangle congruent. Okay, we'll prove that. Now as you know that E is the midpoint of AC, so that means this equals to this, and F is the midpoint of BD, so that means this part is equal to this part. So remember, so you should require this. Now what I told, we'll prove those two triangles congruent in triangle AEG and triangle CED. Now the first thing I can say that AE is equal to EC. Now since E is the midpoint, E is the midpoint of AC, okay, so AE is equal to EC. The second we can say angle AEG is equal to angle CED, right? Vertically opposite angle CED, that is vertically opposite angle. And number 3 we can say angle EAG, that means this angle EAG is equal to angle ECD, that means this angle. So that's alternate angle, because this is parallel, these two lines are parallel and this is a transversal, so we can say this angle is equal to this angle. So angle EAG is equal to angle ECD. So finally we can say therefore triangle AEG is congruent to triangle CED. Okay, and the criteria is here angle side angle, okay, two angle and one side, so angle side angle. Okay, understand? Now in triangle BDG, you can see this triangle BDG. Now in triangle BDG, first we can say that F is the midpoint of BD. So that was already given. The midpoint of the diagonals of the trapezium is this. Number 2, we can say that E is the midpoint of AC. E is the midpoint. Because these two triangles we have already proved congruent, AEG and CED. So first here also we can include that AE, therefore AE is equal to EC, and that is CP CT. So finally now we can say that E is the midpoint of DG, because DE is equal to EG. In fact here it will be DE. As I told you, we have already proved these two triangles congruent, and therefore we can say that DE is equal to EG, and therefore we can say that DE is equal to EG CP CT. Okay, now we will use this. So DE is equal to EG means E is the midpoint of DG, E is the midpoint of DG, proved above, we can say, proved above CPCT, and therefore we can say that EF is parallel to BG, and EF is equal to half of BG. Both are due to according to midpoint theorem. Now we can say since EF is parallel to BG, therefore EF is parallel to AB. So that is hence proved. That is part 1. And also we have seen EF. Okay, EF is equals to half of BG. So EF is half of BG. Now we can say half of BG. This BG actually means AB minus AG. So AB minus AG is BG. So in place of BG I can write half of AB minus AG. Now I can also say half of, in place of AG I can write CD, because again now we have already proved these two triangle congruent. So as I have proved here, DE is equal to EG, and I can also say AG is equal to CD, and for both I can write CP CT. Understand? So we have already proved these two triangle congruent, and therefore we can say that DE is equal to EG and also AG is equal to CD. So we have written here, so that CPCT, and now we are using here. So EF is half of BG, and half of BG means AB minus AG. So AB minus AG. Now I can also write AB minus, in place of AG I can write CD, in place of AG I can write CD, because we have already proved congruent. Okay, so this is hence proved, and that is number 2. Understand? So this was again some more important sums of midpoint theorem, and now I hope you can do the remaining sums of this exercise. So midpoint theorem is over. Okay.